Because the Chinese markets were shut, Beijing was dumping goods at a lower price in India, which had depressed the margins of Filatex India. Now that China has reopened up, has the Chinese domestic demand picked up, which can push up prices? That's the question that we want to ask. And plus, crude prices have eased. We are now joined by Madhusudan Bhagaria, Chairman and MD at Filatex India. Mr. Bhagaria, afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us. Could you give us an indication on the Chinese economy? What is it that's happening? You had earlier told us about a lot of dumping taking place from Chinese manufacturers.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, I was quite right. I think we can see the margins improving as China has started opening up. And the major impact once after the Chinese New Year, China opens up fully and people are also back to work. I think then we will see much more improvement. But we can see the signs of improvement in the margins. And also the dumping, they have reduced. They have increased their prices overall from end of December and early January.
So what are the prices right now? How much have they gone up by? And once the Chinese New Year, which is typically in February, comes to pass, what could the extent of price increase be? And how much have they reduced their dumping in India? Some numbers, sir.
I think the prices have gone up by 3 to 4%. And the imports have also reduced quite a bit because whatever people have booked is in the pipeline, which will come by end of Jan and early Feb. And Chinese New Year is on 22nd of Jan. So by end of Jan, Chinese New Year will be over. And I think from 1st of Feb, they should be in full swing. So from Feb onward, we see much more improvement. I think another 3-4% should improve after 1st of Feb.
Okay, so more improvement is what you're seeing. The second thing that is working out for you is crude prices. They have, of course, fallen off substantially from the peak as well, a major raw material for you as well. Considering the China opening up and crude prices falling as well, can you give us a sense of what the margin band would look like for you? Because that was under pressure in the quarter gone by. What will margin look like in FY23 and FY24?
See, FY23 more or less is gone, so we've not been able to have a better margin. I think last quarter we had around 4.5% of EBITDA, and you would have a similar EBITDA in this quarter, third quarter. But fourth quarter we could see around 6-7%, and then going forward, FY24 we should be able to do, I think, double digits.
Okay, so FY24 margins should get back to double digits. So last time you had said that the export markets are a bit subdued. Can you tell us how are the exports doing? How much does it contribute to your overall revenues?
So right now it's very low, it may be 3-4%, because China has been dumping all over the world, not only in India, and it was difficult for us to compete all over the world in the prices which they were giving. But now they have started increasing prices all over the world. So slowly I think the export should go. I think in the fourth quarter we should be able to do around 5-6%, but then from the FY24 I think we should be doing around 12 to 13% as exports.
Okay. So if margins are looking better, so you are saying, of course, things are looking better even in the export markets. Can you give us a sense of your expansion plans then? Because you're working on a pilot project for recycling any form of polyester waste into chips. Is it a business opportunity for you? What kind of addition or opportunity are you looking at here? The capex, and what stage are you at in this pilot project?
See, this is an R&D initiative taken by our company. We are trying to develop a technology to recycle polyester waste and wet waste and fabric waste into polyester, which is as good as virgin. And there's a huge demand for this in European market, and all the brands have taken a pledge that they would use 100% recycled. So we are trying to develop our own technology. We have built a small plant to replicate the technology, and then we'll go for a bigger plant. Okay. So we are trying it out. I think we are close to finalizing the technology. We have, I mean, you can say almost 85-90% success we have had. Final small glitches are there. Once that is over, then we will build a bigger plant, let's say around 100 tons per day. That will take 1.5 years to build, and it will cost around 150 to 170 crores. Otherwise, we are doing some small expansion. We are adding a small POI capacity of 30 to 40 tons per day in FY24, and also we would be adding one more kind of a polyester, which is cationic polyester, which is easily dialable. So that we would be adding of around 70 tons per day. So all this will come up in end of FY24.
End of FY24. So what kind of capex are you putting here? How will you be funding it?
This would be not more than around 80 crores, and that we will finance it through internal accruals.
Okay.
And once we take up the recycle project, of course, that we will put up in a subsidiary of the company. That maybe we will go for a 50% equity and 50% loan once we take up that project.
Do you think you will take up the recycling project in sometime in FY24? The manufacturing will be...
I think we would start the process of building the plant somewhere in FY24 and would get completed towards end of FY25.
And what would be the benefit? You told us that the capex would be north of 100 crores, 117 crores thereabout.
Yeah, right.
What would be the benefit?
Benefit, I think the top line could be around 400 crores and we could have a EBITDA around 75 crores.
Okay, all right. So that's from that particular project that you're talking about?
Only that particular entity which will be created.
Oh, okay. All right. So last question before we let you go, value-added products that has been increasing as a percentage of your revenues. You increase it to around 77%. How much higher are margins on these products and the new capex that you spoke about? Do they fall in the value-added category?
Yeah, the 70 tons of cationic, which I said, that adds into specialty post polyester. So that will have a better margins. And the margins in a value-added is around 3 to 4% more than the normal ones.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bhagiriya, thank you so much for joining us and telling us all that's happening on ground in terms of demand, China dumping as well, and the outlook on expansion plans as well. So that's Filatex.